One time.
But when we spoke last week, you had some interesting things to say about will California legalize it this November, or will it not? I know you have some fascinating takes and a lot of history in California with how the government likes to regulate life out there. Your overall thought was maybe California voters will not legalize marijuana this November, but give us some of the background. What's the background on your thinking that maybe voters will say no to recreational legalization?
Well, first off, we've been discussing this because I know that was part of the discussions my mom would have with her stoner friends on their wicker chairs in the dirt backyard of the piece of crap I grew up in North Hollywood. You know, since like 1972, it's been a while. It's sort of like Charles Manson comes up for parole every 7 years, but is he ever getting released? This is that with legal. We're California. Well, what I said to you over the phone was, every commercial that depicts California shows a guy on a longboard with his dog, letting it all hang out, wearing sunglasses, letting their freak flag fly and doing their own thing. The reality is we're insanely regulated. That's why every business is moving out of California. It's not because we're the hang loose state. It's because we're the super regulated state. And I've talked to other guys about, Governor Brown, who's supposed to be a sort of hippy dippy dude, a relic from the past. He is not a supporter of legalization or a friend to the cause, so to speak. I don't know. I don't think he's uptight about it, but whatever it is, we got a guy who, Jerry Brown, who used to date Linda Ronstadt back in the day and was all about letting your freak flag fly. And it's 2016, and he's still on the fence about legalizing pot. I mean, I've talked to other advocates, and they've said he's not a supporter. I'll take their word for it. So it's weird. And as I always say, if you think California and or LA, Hollywood is the place where you get to come out and just do your own thing, go to the beach and then see the sign that says no beer, no dogs, no frisbee, no football, no smoking, no campfires, no anything. And you realize every year the sign gets a little bit longer.
And they keep having to add to it at the bottom.
Yeah, you couldn't shoot a Corona commercial at the beach in California because they're sitting around a bonfire drinking a beer at night. You'd be arrested if you tried to do that in California. So we're not nearly as progressive as we claim to be. We like the idea of progression, but we like progression, but we're in love with regulation. That's the way I would put it.
Fascinating. Well, I can't wait to see. I'm curious. You're a longtime California resident. Did it surprise you when Colorado, Washington, and other states beat California to the punch of actually legalizing cannabis?
I always did assume, because I sort of bought into, we're on the vanguard of all the stuff that's progressive, so to speak. This is certainly one of those subjects that is a sort of progressive subject. I figured we would. I'm surprised that a lot of these states beat us, but now looking at it and being a citizen and paying taxes and living here, I do get it. We're much more into regulation than we are, and we're much, I'll put it to you this way: LA and beyond has some of the most militant, out of control asshole cops on the planet. It's LA, this is California, baby.
Sure.
So why did we get these jackbooted thugs as our police force? This is LA. This is Hollywood. This is West Hollywood. This is California. Why do we have cops that dress in black and shoot everybody? Like, we're not that crunchy over here. We're a lot more uptight and militant than many states.
It is not free America just yet out there.